Sure.
Do you want odds or even?
Yeah, sure. I'll call evens. You can roll.
Even.
Yep.
It's a 1.
Okay.
I will be on the play.
Sure. Good luck.
Yeah, you too. I will keep this.
I'll keep mine.
Okay, I'll start with the Bloodstained Mire. I'll go to 19.
Yep.
I'm going to get a Swamp, and I'm going to cast Duress.
All right. So, 3 lands, my own Duress, Mana Leak, Impulse, and Chance Encounter.
Okay. People were talking about the Frenetic Efreet, so I'm guessing that's what you're playing. Let's see here. So you said it's Mana Leak, Impulse, Duress, and Chance Encounter.
Yep.
I will take. I guess I'll just take Chance Encounter.
Okay. I'll just keep my cards face
All
up.
right.
Do you mind doing the same?
Yeah. Well, the problem is I have a hand cam, and it's like off your screen.
Oh,
so,
you're actually okay. That's fine. That's fine.
So.
If I ask you though, I'll try to remember. But if I ask you,
I can tell you which ones you see. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna also fetch for a Swamp, and I'm gonna Duress you.
All right. It's gonna miss. I have Spiritmonger, Birds, and then I have 2 Wooded Foothills and a Forest.
Wow, missed Duress. All right, your turn.
All right. I'll play a Forest and then a Birds of Paradise. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, draw. Island, your turn.
I'll fetch for Wooded Foothills. I get a Forest. Can you hear my kid in the background?
Yeah, I can, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's some Into the Unknown that she's trying to sing. So.
Is it really?
I'm assuming so. She's watching Frozen 2, so.
Yeah. It's great.
Singing does not run in our genes, so I can't really do any better.
It's the Pitch Perfect line, right?
Yeah.
I can't sing a lick, and I hate myself for it. Exactly how I feel every day. And I come from a family of singers. Like my sister's literally on
sing,
It's just horrible. You're done, you said?
No, I'm thinking. I want to see this. I will. I'm going to cast Pernicious Deed.
Yeah, I'll Mana Leak that.
Okay, and then I'm going to Duress.
Oh, man. Important 2 impulses, Bloodstained Mire.
I'll take an impulse.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And right now, I only know.
You know my hand. It's Wooded Foothills and Spiritmonger.
Yep. Okay. And you have 2 other cards?
Nope, I have no other cards.
Oh, you have no other cards. Oh, because you played Duress and
Deed. Yep.
Right. That's what I meant. You had 2, but you played them both, so I know them. All right, then I'm gonna play Bloodstained Mire and say go.
Okay. Wooded Foothills, I'll go to 17. I'm going to get a Mountain and then try and cast Spiritmonger.
All right, I'm gonna impulse and response.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Spiritmonger resolves.
Go ahead. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go let her know that she needs to be a little quieter.
Sure. No problem.
All right, sorry about that.
That's all right. You have 1 card, right?
Yep, yeah. This is one you do not know.
Yep, 1 blank. I'll just fetch Mountain and I'll play Frenetic.
Okay.
Your turn.
I'll attack with Spiritmonger.
12.
Okay.
Spiritmonger does not have trample, right?
Correct. Whenever it deals damage to a creature, it gets counter, and for black, it can regenerate, or green, it can change its color.
Yep.
So you still have 3 mana. Change the counter cost 5, or does it cost 4?
Cost 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I will. I'll cast a Blastoderm.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Six plus 5. I guess you have one card, right?
Yes.
I'll just duress you.
It's a Living Wish.
Okay. Oh, important you know. And I will say go.
Okay. This goes to 2. I'll draw. I'll attack for 11.
Yeah, this is pretty awkward. I think I will block the Spiritmonger, and I'll attempt to phase.
Sure.
So how about evens? Evens he phases it. You call it. Evens he phases out, whatever you want.
We'll say evens is good for you, odds is good for me. So
evens good for me.
Yeah.
Evens he phases out. Okay.
Yep.
All right, 2.
Okay.
Phases out. I
So
go to 7.
5.
Yep.
I'll play another Birds of Paradise. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll impulse.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. All right. He phases back. I will draw. And I'll cast Portent.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. I'm at 7. I'll shuffle. I almost drew my card, thinking it was Ponder. And I will play a Siobhan Reef and another Frenetic and go to 6.
Okay.
Your turn?
You draw a card?
Yep.
How is that one? I'll attack with my guys.
Yeah, I'll block both and attempt to phase both.
Okay.
So the first, same thing, even's good for me.
Yeah,
this will be the
that's
first
fine.
one.
Yep.
13, he's dead. This guy, same thing, even is good for me.
Yep.
9, he's dead.
All right.
All right, probably gonna do it. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay. I did like the Facebook. So did you know is that Facebook post what inspired this, or were you like thinking about
Yeah, I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, well,
I didn't even know the card.
It was funny, the thing that
Chances
when Gordon had posted like a screenshot of his app, and it was basically saying like, no, it doesn't work. Well,
right.
But then they said the rule changed in like 2010. So I'm like, what app does he have that has not been updated? So
yeah, exactly. I don't even know. I probably want.
But yeah, I had never heard anyone talk about this deck, so I'm surprised. I was surprised by the ruling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody even cleared it up like with a real judge, or we're just all assuming this. I looked at it and there was like an official Wizards thing saying that they had changed it, but they reversed it and basically saying like, we don't think this is going to make any impact, so like play with it as it was originally intended. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they were wrong. I'm not in love with this deck right now, but I love Frenetic Efreet so much. I wanted to give it a shot.
Is he legal in Scryings?
No, I was really hoping for it, but no phasing cards, no new rules.
Oh, okay.
So he's not, but I mean that would have changed everything. I feel like that card just slides so perfectly in old school.
Well, I know I've looked at it just like as a fair 2-1 that where it's like a 50% chance of dodging a removal spell. and I've like thought about
Right.
trying to build it in like a blue-red burn in Premodern, and
Me too.
I mean, I don't think it. I mean, certainly not the worst card, but
It's just not quite good enough, right? Like when I first built a Premodern deck, I literally added 4 Frenetic Efreets and 4 Prophetic Bolts to my mana stack.
okay.
And I just started going from there. And I quickly, realized that's probably just not quite good enough in this day and age.
Yeah.
And so I put it on the back burner, even though you could play it with some counters or whatever, but it's just like a bad mid-rangey, it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And,
you can finish.
no, but just then when this came up, I was like, well, this is a chance for me to actually play Frenetic. And so there's a bunch of different ways to build it. I have no idea if this is the best way. I don't know if any of the ways are good enough because chance encounter, you have to wait till the next upkeep, so it's just brutal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, usually the biggest issue I have when I'm like trying to brew decks is there's like an awkward tension of you don't want to have too many interactive like creature spells like Swords of Plowshares because some of the decks just don't even play creatures. But then if you're kind of dirtling around, you're just going to die to those creature decks. So it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, no.
And then that's where like Prophetic Bolt is like it's a sweet card, but it doesn't. A lot of times it doesn't do enough.
Well, it's just so my initial thought was I want to play it with Nightscape Familiar because then you can play the black cards for Duress and Therapy and stuff. And now Prophetic Bolt costs 3, Frenetic costs 1, Chance Encounter only costs 3. Everything is way cheaper.
Oh, okay.
The only problem is that now, like Nightscape Familiar is just like if it's your only creature, it's just going to die every time, right? It just turns on all their bolts, all their fire, everything. Yeah. So I think you got to find a way to play it with some more creatures in like a more mid-rangey shell, and I haven't really gone about doing that yet.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Do I really want all 3 of these? You know what? I probably can skip that. Yeah, that's just too slow. Yeah, that seems okay. Actually, I don't want that. There we go. Skip that. We'll add that. Yeah, that's right. All right.
What did you play last month in the Premodern?
Oh, my last one was fucking awesome. I actually love that deck a lot. I think it has potential, but it just didn't quite cut it last month. So I played a black, green, really just mono black. The only green was for 4 Call of the Herds, basically because I own some tech.
I think I saw you post that list. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it was like a basically mono black, bottomless pit Mind Slicer deck.
Okay, so like, were you planning like because you only have like 4 green sources for the Call Herds? Is that kind of just like a free roll if you can cast them?
They were just a free roll, right? Okay. If I could ever randomly cast them, that's great. I'm going to be discarding my hand a lot anyway to Bottomless Pit and to Mind Slicer. Yep. So eventually maybe I'll draw a green source, but it just like, it doesn't really. I only cast them once or twice in 4 games, so like they're really they just get thrown to the graveyard all the time. So they're just a total free roll.
Yeah, I've definitely looked at Mind Slicer, but then I looked up the price. That's like obviously it's nothing compared to like old school prices, but it's like an $8 card, and I'm like,
tell me about it. I bought Mind Slicers and I had to buy fucking Chance Encounters. They're both like $6 each. I spent $50 on a playset of 2 of those cards. Freaking unbelievable. And I'm sure like it's just because they're all sitting in binders, and as soon as people realize it's expensive, they're all going to take them out and they'll all go down to $1 or whatever.
Well, I mean, is like Mind Slicer like a commander card? Obviously, you're not the person to ask.
I have no. It's a unique, fun old card, right? Yeah. So I sort of get it, but like.
It got reprinted once. It's in like 8th or 9th edition.
But yeah, and it was reprinted once. Yeah. I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this.
All right, I will Duress you.
Okay, I have a Cabal Therapy and a Naturalize, a Wall of Roots, a Ravenous Baloth, 2 Forests, and a Llanowar Wastes.
All right, I'll take Cabal Therapy.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah. Again, if you.
Yeah. So your lands
which
were.
ones you've seen.
What were your lands? Llanowar Wastes, Swamp Forest.
No, it's 2 forests and a Llanowar Wastes.
Okay.
See, I'm very good at doing this. I'll take a damage and cast Duress.
Oh, come on. All right. Leak, Frenetic, Portent, land.
I will take a Mana Leak.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Whoops. Draw. Play an island. And I'll play a Portent.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I will keep this. It's on the bottom. Actually, who am I kidding? I can't keep this. Can't keep this. All right. And I will be done, and I'll draw my card.
Sounds good. I'll play a forest and a wall of roots. Go ahead.
Sure. Draw. All right, I'll play a Bloodstained Mire. And what do I know right now? Blastoderm, Forest.
No, it's Ravenous Baloth, Naturalize, and Forest.
Oh, I mean, Baloth.
And there's one unknown.
Yep. I will just say go.
Okay. I'm going to run out this Baloth.
Yeah, I'm going to Mana Leak it.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. Draw. I'm going to Portent.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. All right. I'll keep that, I guess. And I will Duress you.
Okay, it's Pernicious Deed, Ravenous Baloth, Naturalize.
I'll take Deed.
Okay.
Your turn. I will draw my card.
I'll cast a Ravenous Baloth.
Sure.
Go ahead.
play a Siobhan Reef. I will therapy you.
Okay.
Naming Naturalize.
Yep, the other card's a Spiritmonger.
Okay. I will fetch. And I'll play a Frenetic.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Right. I'll attack for 4.
15.
Alright. I'll play Llanowar Wastes. I'll take a damage. I'll play a Spiritmonger. You have 1 card in hand.
Yep.
I guess I'll flashback Walrus. Or flashback Cabal Therapy.
Yep.
I'll name Chance Encounter.
Sadly, you got it.
Alright. Go ahead.
I had a feeling that was going to be my undoing, but I had to go for it.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'll attack for 11.
Oh, yeah, I'm at 15. Yeah, I'll go to 4. That's fine.
Okay. I will just run out this Blastoderm. Go ahead.
Yep, you got it.
Alright.
Yeah, it's just, I figured maybe there's a chance you don't do that, or maybe there's a chance you forget about it, but...
Well, I thought about doing it even before, or on the naming their Efreet, but then I drew a Spiritmonger. I'm like, I kind of want to cast this.
Right, really turn the clock up.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's wrong, because it's like, maybe I just need to get that Efreet out of your hand, because if you just have the chance of counter, I mean, then it doesn't really do anything on its own. But yeah,
Right.
This matchup, the way my deck's set up, seems really hard for you, because I can deal with your hand, I can deal with it if it's in play with Pernicious Deed. I had the Naturalize as the main.
You have random Naturalize,
Yeah.
right? Like it's.
And I have a clock. Like I'm gonna try to play a 4-power guy or a 5-power guy in turn 3.
So clock plus, the Black Disruption seems to me, in my relatively limited time playing this format, it seems to be the way to go. I mean, the black-red deck that I played in that November one was just all that. It was just removal and a clock and like 12 fucking Duresses. You know?
I think if you're trying to do anything remotely fair, that's the route you need to take. Because otherwise,
you have to be playing the black cards. I don't think you can play a fair deck that is not black. I really don't.
I mean, blue-white, I would say, is a fair deck. Like blue-white stands.
Oh yeah, blue-white.
Sure. I mean, that can do it. But you either need to be like really heavy counters. You need to interact in some way, and yeah, I think the black is usually the easiest way to do it.
Oh wow, I forgot I had Perish. I did have an out there.
Ooh.
Perish. What the hell did I sideboard? I sideboarded those out, and I think these two. And I'm playing a Miser's Final Fortune just for like the lull, so I can just win on my next turn. But like, I'm never gonna get 4 red, ever. So I think in retrospect, that was just a mistake. Or I can maybe get 3 red if I play Encounter, which really what you should do is play Encounter first, then Frenetic, because theoretically they can kill the Frenetic, but no one can really, not a lot of people play Disenchants and stuff.
Sure.
But it just didn't work out that way in those games. I kind of just had to lay the Frenetics and hope. But I guess that's the plan. You play Chance Encounter. Next turn with 5 mana, if you can somehow get to 3 red, you play Frenetic and Final Fortune, and that's that. But,
I mean, some decks are playing like main deck Disenchants or Seal of Cleansings, and I think people, as they play the format, realize that that's better than, like, I think it's better to have a Disenchant than a Source of Plowshares in your main deck.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's like when I had this list, I originally had Smother in. So I have the red is for Contested Cliffs. Do you know what that card is?
Yeah. I was wondering what the red was for. Okay.
Yeah. And so the idea is, if I can play my removal spells into my land, then I can open up more slots so I can interact with unfair decks or control decks. And it's kind of like, I feel like I have. If the games are going long, I'm probably going to draw a Contested Cliffs and have a Beast that I can fight. So I'm more worried about the enchantments and artifacts. So I'm playing 2 Naturalize in the main instead of like Smother.
Yeah, I mean, I might agree with that in your deck. I do feel like in the format overall, in a vacuum, if you're playing a random, I guess it's very deck dependent.
Yeah, it depends on how you're interacting.
It's a reasonable decision to play a Disenchant over Swords, because that's like an old school philosophy. But I never would have guessed that in Premodern. But I guess when you really look at the decks, right, like all the good combo decks involve enchantments or artifacts.
Yeah.
Survival, like, tons of stuff. So you might actually just be right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends like what your deck is really bad against. But most decks, and obviously like you're playing at slot, you don't want to have a disenchant instead of a Source of Postures or something. But I mean, most decks have a target. I mean, that doesn't mean it's good, but it makes it. I think there are more decks that have disenchant targets than decks that it seems like there's a bunch of decks where Source of Postures just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and it's just interesting to hear that, because I would have not guessed that, just out of the blue.
I mean, maybe people disagree with me, but I mean, it was something I was thinking. Swords was like the best card when I started, and then the first few times I played in any of these tournaments, I was just playing against control decks or combo decks, and I'm kind of like, man, these removal spells don't really do that much. So
I guess the thing is, I guess you can't Swords a Devour in response to that combo usually, so that doesn't do anything. Well, you can't disenchant it either. Oh, but you can disenchant the altar.
Yeah.
So, I guess you can disenchant. Well, what Swords, like some other combo decks? I mean, you can do either one to a Dreadnought.
Yep.
And sometimes in your deck, the 12 life actually probably matters.
Sure. So. Yeah. Well, that was one of the cards. Is like, I was either going to play Terminate, Smother, Naturalize, or Bolt, but I was a little bit worried about Dreadnought because Contested Eclipse doesn't do anything against that.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, if I'm going to play a removal spell, but then I'm like, well, what? I don't know. I just felt like Naturalize covered most of the bases that I was worried about. So.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that, because the creatures, and also if they're little creatures, you have fatties that can block.
Like a 5/5 Shroud, they're not really attacking through that very often.
Right. So you only care about the big scary creatures, and most of those can be disenchanted. Yeah. That makes sense. All right, well, good match. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you around. But
Yep, I'll be in a bunch of these. I think I like the format a lot. Even if I think this deck is, I played 2 matches now and gotten pretty run over. I think the deck is a pipe dream, but it's fun. I wanted to try it once. So
do you just Theorycraft and then jump in the tournament, or do you play matches with some friends?
Oh, I've full on Theorycraft. Okay. I've never tested a deck, like almost tested for NoobCon last year. That was like the only time I've ever tested a deck in my entire life. So.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking that you might start with just maybe the standard stockless and then go to the brewing space, but you've jumped right in the deep end of brewing right away. So.
Well, I brewed the deck for November, just again full Theorycraft. And I won, and I was like, oh, well, this is fucking easy. Like, what is everyone doing here? And then I played Sly in the next one. I went whatever, all Sly is stock. I went 3-1 and somehow missed on breakers.
Okay.
And then I brewed that black deck for the last one, a deck which I like, and again, missed on breakers.
Okay.
And so I was getting a little cocky, but I just think, and also I have a selection bias, right? Because I love Frenetic Efreet, so I just wanted to try this, and I think sadly it's not good, and I'm going to probably list my chance encounters on TCG Player and try to get like 85 cents on the dollar for them.
I thought you were going to go to your next All Things Considered after you won and be like, yeah, these pre-modern players are all soft. They don't know what they're doing. I just walk in with my own creation and just run away with it.
I will say that was a very good feeling to just like fully brew up a deck completely randomly out of the blue and just win my first tournament. That was actually awesome. But since then, I've been kind of put in my place. Okay. So it's fine. All right. I will definitely see you around, though, and I plan on playing in as many of these as I can and for the foreseeable future. So I'll see you around.
Sounds good. All right. Take care.
Yep. Later.
Bye.